Alrighty, welcome to another Vintage Cube draft. Doing some Vintage Cube leagues here since when Vintage Cube is up on Magic Online, the team drafts, which I will still be doing, they're just a little fewer and far between. So we're going to supplement that with some leagues, which are also fun. You could kind of get to have more busted decks in leagues. So as always, I enjoy doing both. More cube is better. I think this is still the Vintage Cube, though. I swear, I haven't seen Power in years. I'm going to take Fury, though. Yeah, Fury's a good first pick. It's just a really good card. It's a 0-mana way to wipe the board, but also you can cast it. It has combos with Blink, Reanimation. Just overall, free spells are good, and I think Fury is better than Kiki, Treachery, Dark Confidant, Thespian Stage. I mean, this is also a weak pack for whatever it's worth. Second pick, also weak. There's a Blue-Red Talisman, a Palantir, a Coalition Relic, Prismatic Ending, Hallowed Fountain, Hymn to Turok. I mean, I like red-black mid-range. I actually think it's quite good, but don't really want to take a Hymn after taking a Fury. That feels a little bit too aggressive to me. I might just take Coalition Relic. I really don't love the card, but it does accelerate you to Fury, which is nice. There's also Palantir, which is also pretty strong. Maybe I'll just do that. Palantir is pretty good. You basically end up with this just being end of turn scry 2 draw a card for 3 mana after a few turns, and sometimes they'll take the damage and you just flip over like Time Warp plus the Healy, they take 8 and they're like, oh shoot, I can't do that again. Am I supposed to take Palace Jailer here? He's the best card. Caracas is good. Time Warp is good. Palace Jailer is better. All right. Palace Jailer it is. And then now there's Resto, which works with both of these cards pretty nicely. But I'm going to take Bloodstained Mire. If you want to put Fury and Palace Jailer in the same deck, you got to have Fixing. I'm not saying that I do, but Fury is a lot stronger than Resto Angel, and Bloodstained Mire helps it make it, well, both Fury and Palace Jailer are much better than Resto Angel. Mire makes it more likely I can play both of them. I think that's more valuable. Plus, Resto Angel wheels some amount of the time. So, because I mean, the 2 lands, Dark Ritual, Frantic Search, Sibelian, yeah, maybe it wheels. I'm not gonna, kind of count on it. Oh, a 5th pick Tinker with Seed Shark in the pack. There's also an Adeline here. And a Snuff Out and an Oliphant. I think Tinker's really good. 5th pick Tinker, huh? I'm probably going to take that. I feel like speccing on Tinker is so much higher reward than taking any of these other cards. Let's see where this goes. Maybe it doesn't work out. Maybe we don't get past the cards to enable Tinker, and if that's the case, that's the case. We'll leave the tinkering for another day, but I don't really want to just draft Adeline and just be like, all right, I'm going to try to make red-white work. Like, I also feel like Adeline is good, but I don't know that it's so good that I should ignore a card, which I really don't mind first picking. The reason I'm so much higher on Tinker now than I used to be is Phyrexian Portal, or Portal to Phyrexia, rather. Just the addition of Portal means that now you have a card you can tinker for that other people don't take, generally, that wipes the board, and if they don't then kill the portal, you usually win. So that's a pretty big deal. Okay, this pack has Magma Opus and Memory Jar. I actually don't think tinkering for Memory Jar is very effective. It is typically good in decks that have Tinker, so I'm probably still going to take it. Also, let's say we don't worry about the Palace Jailer. Blue-red that can like jar and then pitch Fury, like that's a pretty good combo. Magma Opus is good too. If you get a Mizzix Mastery, you get to have the little Mondo combo. But I think that in general, Memory Jar is a little bit stronger. I don't know. It's close. The thing is, Memory Jar and Tinker work nicely together because Tinker wants you to put a bunch of acceleration in your deck, artifact acceleration, and Jar's good with that. Okay, this pack has Seal of Removal, which would have been Shelldock Isle. I'm never going to get over that. Never. And haven't seen a red card yet. I might just take Hangerback. It's really good with Tinker. When you play Hangerback on turn 2, you're going to untap with an artifact you play on turn 3. I mean, yes, they can Swords to Plowshares it, but in general, they can't kill it because you get a 1/1. You do get your Tinker target. I do like Breeding Pool too, but not enough to take it. All right, I guess I'll take Mindslaver. The thing about Breeding Pools, I don't have any green cards yet. I just have the 1 blue card, though we're now a Tinker deck. Honestly, I haven't seen any red, so it's possible that Fury is the one that gets left by the wayside. The red and white haven't seemed super open. Okay. There is a Dark Depths, right? I think I saw that in the second pack. I didn't really think about it too much. There's a blue-red land, but it's a pain land. I might Thieving Skydiver. It enables Tinker too, and I don't like the sack lands all that much. Oh, blue-white land is probably better than Lorien Revealed, because a blue-white land, like Lorien Revealed needs duels to get multiple colors, and maybe we're not going to end up being able to play Fury or Palace Jailer, but Hallowed Fountain helps a little. Oh, so Saheeli's good. Also gives you cards to tinker into. Don't really like Enlightened Tutor. Wow, that's a late Frantic Search. Okay. Frantic Search Wield. That is a really good sign. Oh, so did Oliphant. Okay. Oliphant's actually really nice. So did Adeline. Hold on. Well, I'm not going to take Adeline. We're not really built for that, but Oliphant's nice. And then I will take Aetherflux Reservoir. You never know. Okay, this pack ended up going in a weird direction, but so Adeline and Oliphant wheeling kind of implies to me that no one's drafting red or white, but there weren't very many cards, because we really didn't see a bunch of like great red-white cards mid-pick. But Frantic Search wheeling means people aren't drafting blue combo decks, which that's kind of what I want to be doing here with this Tinker. Reservoir, Jar, Mindslaver. All right. Can we just... This is going to be the one draft in these queues where like I actually want Tolarian Academy, and every other draft it's like, oh, there's 3 cards left. One of them's Tolarian Academy, and here I'm never going to see it. I just know it. I just know it. Not sure about this Palace Jailer yet. Fury's looking pretty good because Oliphant pitches to Fury or gets me a land. Saheeli is a red card, and oh, that's a Mox Jet and a Time Walk. I'm going to take Time Walk. I still think Time Walk's more busted. Plus, Time Walk with Palantir, Time Walk with the Monarch. There's just so many ways to make Time Walk even greater while it already starts at a great level. Though Mox Jet's also very good. Taking Time Walk, and if we're lucky, we'll wheel a Lotus Petal. All right. I guess I can't complain about opening Power, though. Why did I have to open both in the same pack, you see? Oh, interesting. Woodfall Primus is already gone, so the flash is a little worse. There's a red-white Talisman, which is interesting. There's also Teferi, which is great. If I take the red-white Talisman, I'm definitely more likely to be able to play both these cards. There's also Misty Rainforest. Wow. So do I take Flash and hope to hit Worldspine? With Woodfall Primus already gone, I'm a little less inclined to. Do I take Teferi because it's a great card and I have a Hallowed Fountain? Do I take Misty as a blue-white land, or do I take a red-white Talisman? I don't think I'm going to take Flash. I don't think I'm going to take Dream Halls. I kind of just want to take the Teferi. Teferi's so good. I'm just going to do that. And now there's Mystic Forge and Mox Opal and Spellseeker. Spellseeker getting Time Walk is definitely appealing. Mox Opal's also appealing, though we're not the closest to it. I think I'm just going to take Spellseeker here. Mox Opal also does wheel sometimes. Okay, so Oliphant is kind of a one-man, kind of a land there. Bloodstained Mire, we've already passed Steam Vents, but if we can pick up any of the other like Volcanic Island type deals, Bloodstained Mire would get a lot better. I mean, taking Spellseeker and Teferi does push this a little towards a more fairish blue-white deck, but I think that's fine too. Could have had a Talisman and a Mox, I guess. There's Cryptic Command, Everflowing Chalice, Inspiring Vantage, Path to Exile. I guess I'm just going to take Everflowing Chalice now, though I do need to take some artifacts to make that work. And I think Chalice is a fine start to those. It's nice that you can play it for 0 sometimes. Sometimes you just on turn 3 cast it for 0 and then cast a Tinker. Could use one of the big things to Tinker for. We haven't seen that yet. So, I mean, tinkering for Jar and Mindslaver will happen some amount of the time, but you really do want Phyrexian Portal. Blightsteel's okay. I mean, there's some decks that do just fold to it. Ulamog's not bad. You can tinker for Ulamog and attack them and annihilate. Yeah. Looking like a decent start to a Jeskai Tinker deck. I guess we're about exactly halfway through the draft or close to it. There's Archon of Cruelty, but I don't really have a way to do anything with that. There's a tapped blue-white land. There's a Candelabra. There's Zuran Orb, but we don't really look like a Zuran Orb deck. I'm not a biggest Emery fan. I might Candelabra. The reason I would take Candelabra here is if I get an Academy, Candelabra really goes off. It's also a cheap artifact that you can use to tinker away. I think that's enough justification. Oh, there's a Volcanic and a Mishra's Bauble, but I think Volcanic to go with Bloodstained Mire and Oliphant is too important. So I'll do that. Sorry, Atali. Sorry, Mishra's Bauble, really. I mean, a 6-pick Volcanic is pretty nice. I even got to hold out for Volcanic. I didn't need Steam Vents. I think there's a pretty good chance I'm going to want to put red cards in my deck more so than just even Fury. So let's do that. I feel like I could go for a Tolarian Academy. Or a Mox. I'll take a Mox. What else are we looking for? Skydive is just okay. I guess another card to get with Spellseeker. Maybe that was a reason to take Path to Exile. Oh, Dynamo and Basalt Monolith. Oh, and Triplicate Titan. There we go. That's a card that's good with both Flash and Tinker, but I've got to take it here for the Tinker. Boom. Triplicate Titan. 7th pick. I mean, we are clearly the person doing this thing. I guess Flash Palace Dealer is not the worst either. But Teferi is very good in this kind of deck. Teferi protecting Tinker, like making it so they can't cast a counterspell, is really good. Obviously, Time Walk is good with Planeswalkers, though. As far as Planeswalkers go, Teferi's the uptick every turn isn't that strong, so it's not like Time Walk Teferi is that busted. Okay. Ooh. Oh, I'm going to take Balance. You can Spellseeker for it, though that has some of its awkwardness because you have a creature in play. I mean, I do like Celestial Colonnade and Reprieve, but Balance in the Artifact deck is just disgusting, so I'm going to take that. There's a Worldspine Worm. Whoever takes that Flash is going to get paid off big. Pick up a Worldspine Worm. I guess I took the Triplicate Titan. Venser, but Lotus Petal Wield, and Lotus Petal is exactly what this deck needs. That was a good wheel. It's good with Balance. It's good with Tinker. Good with Saheeli. All right. I mean, I like where we're at. Going into pack 3, we've got a lot of outs to have like a sick deck. And we've already completed the Tinker quest. Like we have four-ish big artifacts to tinker and like 5 small ones. That's plenty. Our mana's not looking too bad. Oh, Talisman Wield. Yeah, Dream Halls is not it. Talisman, though. And now we're building up our balance equity because now we have Talisman, Chalice, Lotus Petal, Candelabra, Palantir. We have a lot of artifacts that we can put into play and cast balance. Mystic Forge. Nice. Okay, maybe the Skydiver is not main deckable. Random creatures when you have balance is not ideal. I'll take the land, I guess. I don't see myself playing any of those cards. Yeah. And this is looking nice. Oh, Zuran Orb to go with our balance. Ooh, I did not think I would get that back with 2 cards. So the combo here, if you weren't playing in 1994 or whatever, Zuran Orb, cast balance, sack all your lands to Zuran Orb, and then bam. The less Thalias that get cast in Magic, the better. So I'm just taking that Thalia. All right, what do we got? Where is it? Where's the good stuff? If I had Academy, I'd be interested in Upheaval. I don't. I guess I'm just going to take Trinket Mage, because Trinket Mage gets Everflowing Chalice, Zuran Orb, Lotus Petal, Candelabra, Hangerback Walker. That's enough. That would be enough. Don't really dream of first picking Trinket Mages, but it's going to go well with the Mana Crypt I'm about to get past. And I think Fury is still good enough here. Well, there's the Dark Depths. I guess it was there. Displacer Kitten doesn't really work with most of these cards. I guess it is. Oh, it's infinite with Teferi. So what happens is if you go Kitten, Teferi, -3 on Zuran Orb, play Zuran Orb, reset Teferi, -3 on Zuran Orb. So you just draw your whole deck, And if this was a Mox that tapped for mana, you make infinite mana too. I think I'm going to take Dak Faden though. Dak is good. Don't really like if Sundering Titan wheels, it wheels. I don't think this is a spot where I want Displacer Kitten though. Who knows? Oh, I like Grim Monolith a lot, so I'm going to take that. I like Wheel of Fortune too, but this is definitely a Grim Monolith deck. Still waiting for that Tolarian Academy. Anyone? Anyone? Look at all these cheap artifacts. We're 3 picks in. Oh, our first 3 picks in this pack were Trinket Mage, Dak Fade, and Grim Monolith. That is just not that enticing. I guess Blightsteel is a card I can tinker out. Steel Seraph is too, and I don't really care for Watery Grave here. All right, sure. I will Blightsteel if I must. And then I'll probably Sacred Foundry. Now I can Oliphant for white mana. Bloodstained Mire also now gets white. Yeah, that's good. That's a good pickup. All right. 3 picks left. I'm the only one who wants to learn Academy at the whole table, I can tell. Surely I deserve it with this frantic search. No Academy, but there is an Echo of Eons, a Parallax Wave, and a Crucible. Crucible Zuran Orb is nice, except for the fact that I'm not going to get Fast Bond or be able to play it. I kind of like Echo of Eons to go with Frantic Search, and just Echo of Eons is a pretty strong card. Though Paradoxical Outcome, I have 0, 0, 1, 0, and a couple 2s. The problem with Paradoxical Outcome is without any of the ones that tap for mana, it's just really hard to get that going, and it'll probably wheel. Yeah, I think I'll take Echo. I don't know. Oh, I have Dak to discard it too? Yeah, Echo of Eons is great. Huh. That's a late Brain Freeze, but I might be interested. It's that or Spire Bluff Canal. What does Brain Freeze do for me here? I mean, I can Spell Seeker for it, and I can cast it after casting a bunch of spells. I guess I'd rather have Sensei's Top. You know what? I'm just gonna do a little specking on Brain Freeze here. Maybe I'll get a 38th pick Underworld Breach. I don't think that's very likely. I don't think Spire Bluff Canal is the biggest loss in the world. My mana's pretty good. I have 4 dual lands plus Lotus Petal and a Talisman. I'm already actually cutting a few cards here. I'm probably going to cut the Mindslaver. This deck does not generate that much mana. You need a lot of mana for Mindslaver to be good. Maybe cut Aetherflux Reservoir. Oh, shocker. We did not get the Underworld Breach. Do I want a Walking Ballista? Because I don't have tons of mana either. Savine's Reclamation gets back to Fairy, Dak, Palantir, Sahelia, just Ballista. Sure, we'll take a blue-white land. Displacer Kitten came back. I mean, I have a bunch of zeros to go with Teferi. Displacer Kitten can also work with, like, Dak. Yeah, all right. All right, this does look like a legit Displacer Kitten deck. I think I'm going to cut the Walking Ballista for now. Subtlety is a fine card. Might even be a main deck card, but I don't know about that. Didn't take the Dream Hall, so not taking these ultimatums. I took the Seraph in case I want to tinker for it. Though maybe Arc Trail. Actually, I should have just taken Arc Trail against creature decks. I still need to cut a couple cards. I mean, this counts as a land, so it's not so bad. Don't think I want to cut Jar. Don't think I want to cut Hangerback. This is 14 lands. Really 15. Honestly, I might just cut Fury. I don't have that many red cards to pitch to it. Am I going to cast... I think I'm more likely to want Baral than Porcelain Legionnaire, but I'm not really that likely to want either. Okay, Outcome did in fact wheel. Sure. I could maybe make that work. I might actually have to cut Saheeli. This deck did end up... I never got Academy or Urza, so this... Or Gaia's Cradle. Basically any of the things that really make Saheeli pop. So I think I'm going to cut Saheeli. And I want to cut like one more card. And I think I keep both Triplicate Titan and Blightsteel. I think that's good enough. So I have Dak and Oliphant as my only red cards, but it's like pretty free. And I would want Volcanic Sacred Foundry Mire in my deck anyway to fix blue-white mana, because it makes Mire into a blue-white duel. I have Hallowed Fountain, Seachrome Crest. Yeah, my mana's pretty good. Because Oliphant and Bloodstained Mire both get all 3 colors. Any blue spell I can cut? No. I really don't want to cut any artifact either. I mean, this is 16 land. I could just run 16 land. I've got Chalice and Lotus Petal. Grim Monolith. Oh, I could just cut the Candelabra. I didn't get the Academy. All right. Let's just do that. And do I even want a mountain? Right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red sources plus Lotus Petal for a Dak Faden. Okay, I guess I don't need a mountain then. If I put in 4 plains, I'll have 7 blue, 11 blue plus Lotus Petal, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Sounds good. All right. Well, let's see how this goes. I don't think I want Subtlety in this deck, but it's possible that that is a mistake. I don't know. Balance goes a long way. Balance is a big part of this deck for sure. Displacer Kitten, I think, could be pretty good. We'll have to see. It's an okay Mystic Forge deck. No Sensei's top. This deck, obviously, an Academy would have made it so, like, all of a sudden Candelabra and Saheeli are great. I'd have to cut 2 cards for those, but it would have really just made this deck pop. Oh, man, Candelabra, Academy, and Displacer Kitten. Every time you play a spell, you basically get to untap your Academy. Is this Paradoxical Outcome still good? Let's see, I have 5 cheap cards. Hold on. I think this outcome's actually bad. I kind of want to just put Brain Freeze in the deck. It feels like this deck could actually... I think that's going to be better than Ether Flux. It feels like I could... Because it's a win with the Teferi Displacer Kitten loop. Yeah, that's already almost enough. And then I could definitely look at like Echo of Eon, a bunch of cards in, and just have a full grip and just go spell, 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 Brain Freeze. Something along those lines. So we'll have to see. I'm just looking forward to attacking with a Blightsteel Colossus that's a 13-10 trample, thanks to Oliphant. I don't think I want Baral here. It makes Balance worse. It makes Time Walk, Brain Freeze, Frantic Search cheaper. Mostly Frantic Search. Yeah, and then Echo. There's just not that many spells. Saheeli is a fun one. You can make tokens into memory jars. That sort of thing. But don't think that that's where I want to go. All right. Let's see how this goes. Urza and Academy are the 2 cards I'm missing the most here. Since being able to generate a lot of mana would make things a little bit easier for sure. But I think this deck's good. It's got good mana. It's got some good combos. And it's got some kind of easy, cheesy wins. Balance, Zuran Orb, plus like an artifact or 2 is probably enough. And Time Walk plus Tinker, that sort of thing, can also be great. All right. Yeah, this hand is actually great. I need to draw another land, I guess. I don't even really need to draw another land, though. It would be nice. I'm going to play a land, and I'm going to play the Zuran Orb, I think. Just in case if I get strip mined. Because I can go Frantic Search, discarding Echo, cast Echo. Okay, Rafine's Tower. Counterspell can stop me, as can discard. Hangerback Walker, not ideal. Let's pass, and I mean, if we draw a mountain, we could just cast Dak into all that stuff. Rafine's Tower into Red-Green Talisman. That's all 5 colors right there. All right. Red source wouldn't be bad. Yeah, I mean, dang, I can't do it all now. But I can still cast Dak, so let's just do that. Let's go Mountain Cycling. Gonna get Sacred Foundry here. And let's go Frantic Search. I think might as well Frantic Search now. Oh, wow. Discard Echo of Eons and Hangerback Walker. Untap 3 land. Dak Faden. Steal the Talisman. You didn't even tap the Talisman for mana. Come on. I'm going to go for the max value play. Teferi and +1 Teferi. And then next turn, I can Echo of Eons plus Time Walk, assuming I find a land here. Well, that was a really good start. Not tapping the Talisman. I mean, look, I've been guilty of F6ing myself. I'm not judging too much, but it was pretty costly there. Let's see what my opponent's got for 3 mana. Make that 4. Okay. Exile Magma Opus. So we're back to 5 colors, baby. Into Solemn. Oh boy. So I guess if I draw land right away, I'd like to save my DAC activation, but we'll see what we get here. Draw. Oh, Lotus Petal. I guess that actually kind of plays. Lotus Petal. Time Walk. I'm going to Echo, but should I Teferi first? I kind of feel like I should. What do I bounce? Because I want this to get shuffled away. Do I bounce the Mox or the Solemn? I kind of want to just bounce the Mox. All right, didn't draw land. I could DAC instead of using Lotus Petal, but I think this is fine. Echo. Oh, they're done? They don't want to play anymore? We were just having fun. Actually, our Echo hand was kind of bad. But with another turn coming in a DAC, it didn't really matter. Didn't see anything that made me want to sideboard so far. I don't really, they're just like 5-color stuff with Magma Opus. I don't really know. This hand is keepable but medium. The way that last hand played out ended up being pretty good. A library, huh? All right. I don't mind that as much as you might think, just because it's going to slow them down, and it's going to... Their deck already looked like Brain Freeze could probably finish them off, so library just makes that a little easier, especially if the game slows down. Oh, we're off library here? Okay, we're going down to 5 cards in hand. What are we casting? Is that a Worldspine Worm? Geez, we're playing against like some sort of Flash Magma Opus Mizzix Mastery combo. And you just went off library for... All right, I mean, I guess I'll cast a Everflowing Chalice, see if that resolves. Play Zuran Orb too. Why did we go off library? We got to have something to play end of turn, no? But now we can't library. I think my opponent might have gotten confused as to how many cards they were going to end up with in hand, because they played the Mox, so but they wouldn't have even had to discard anyway. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. They didn't even cast a counterspell, so it's not like they were leaving mana out for that. Are they just going to pass the turn to try to get library going again? That would be really funny. No, they're going to play their land. So do I tinker for Colossus here? I kind of don't love it against a bunch of mana. Let's go Trinket Mage and get Lotus Petal. And I'm just going to pass with Petal in hand because maybe I set up a Brain Freeze turn. Do they have like a Factor Fiction? That will get them back up to library. No, they're discarding Magma Opus. Okay. Are we going to get Opad? Looks like it. No? Looks like Golos. Golos using the treasure, no land play. Getting Indotha Triome, playing a Concealed Courtyard. I see they had a tap land. So they're going to get to Golos next turn, like activating it. Grim Monolith. Monolith. Displacer Kitten. Lotus Petal, Trigger Kitten, Flicker Monolith, land. I'm probably going to want to Brain Freeze them. I can Brain Freeze them for 18 cards this turn. I don't think I can do better. I could also Brain Freeze myself looking for Echo Vions. Let's see. I think I can Tinker sacking Zuran Orb. Oh, I can just Tinker for Jar. Yeah, all right. So what I'm going to do is Tinker. Yeah, this is going to be cool. Look. Sack Zuran Orb. Displacer Kitten Flickers Grim Monolith. Tinker for Memory Jar. Cast this for 0. And then crack Memory Jar. And what I want to do, well, I wanted to hit a spell, not no spells. I mean, this is going to be enough, actually. I guess I needed to hit literally one spell. Okay, so that's fine. Displacer Kitten, flicker that. Stop on my end of turn step. Hope they don't have no Eldrazi, I guess. Okay. Discard. I get Brain Freeze back end of turn. And then I Brain Freeze you. And I'll Displacer Kitten the Talisman, why not? For 21 and you have 21 cards left. All right. Tithe Taker? Yeah. Elspeth? Time Twister? They could honestly have an Eldrazi in their deck and I wouldn't be surprised. This looks like they auto-pick, to be honest. Yeah. All right. We'll take it. All right. Well, we got round 1. That was pretty cool. Okay. The Kitten and the Brain Freeze did some work there, so that worked out just fine. Let's see how round 2 goes. Let's see if we can combo off. I mean, this deck has some combo capability. It doesn't have 0. All right, round 2 time. I'm gonna go ahead and be on the draw, unfortunately. Really, the main thing this deck is missing, besides Academy, I suppose, is just like another 0-drop accelerator. Even like Mox Diamond would be acceptable. Oh, and there's the Doggerto running in, firing on all cylinders. Hello, Jules. Well, we'll see if we get a fast enough draw. The draw of turn 2 Grim Monolith, turn 3 Dax, Steal Your Thing, Teferi into Time Walk was pretty sick. Yeah, I guess I'll keep this. This hand's not the best hand in the world, but it is keepable. Oh, Balance, interesting. Okay. So this makes me want to run this Palantir out. Mana Vault. A little scary, but I guess we'll... Oh, interesting. So I could steal a tapped Mana Vault. I don't think I want to do that. I think I'm just going to play Palantir. Get this going. And we'll see. Can I hit my Blightsteel? Oh, Mystical Tutor, end of turn. Well, hopefully this is... They're getting Tinker? Well, Dak's pretty good against that. Oh, man, look at this. I get to put this on the bottom. I don't think I want to drive Everflowing Chalice, but... Echo of Eons? Yeah, they take 6, and now I Echoes in the graveyard. That was awesome. Palantir, baby. Okay, let's hope they're not tinkering for Sundering Titan. That would be problematic. But there's a lot of Tinker things that they could get that I would easily be able to take with Dak Faden. So we're going to try and do that. Let's see. I mean, they've got to be casting Tinker this turn. All right, they're playing the Chalice for 0. I'm really glad I didn't deck. All right, Tinker it up. So I guess they're not getting Bolus of Citadel because there's no way you would have played a land before getting Citadel. Not Sundering Titan, anything but. I think really anything but. Even like mere Battlesphere. Blightsteel Colossus or Triplicate Titan would be the best for me. Mindsaver would be fine. Do they have a choice of what to get? Well, if they have a choice and they're thinking, that makes it a little less likely of Sundering Titan. Sphinx of the Steel Wind. Well, I can't DAC that, but I can balance it. Let's just balance. I don't mind them losing a land and me having to discard more cards. That's fine. I'm going to discard down to DAC plus Plains, I think. Discarding Mystic Forge and Trinket Mage and a land. I don't really care about that. I'm going to keep DAC. And I think I keep the Plains. Alright, and then they lose their creature and I play my Plains. Yeah, this is fine. And I'm going to put Grim on the bottom. I'm going to put Blightsteel on top. Take 12? I'm just leaving one card on top. How bad could it be? It's okay, I can discard it to Dak Fade. And I was really hoping they were going to just get nugged there for infinite. Don't really need to Frantic Search. Let's just go Dak. Okay, I got mana drained. Bottom. They're just going to be letting me draw cards now. If you let me draw cards last turn, you're letting me draw cards now. Well, what are the odds that they can do something with that mana drain mana? They already had a ton of mana. The answer is not very high. All right, let's go Frantic Search. Discard Blightsteel and Island. Untap 3 lands. And then cast Kitten because I had nothing better to do. Palantir is doing good work now. Bottom, draw. They're just done. I wasn't going to do much, but I guess they were doing even less. Okay. Defeated a Tinker. They saw Dak Faden as well. So they know that I've got those things. Thieving Skydiver definitely seems like a card I want in my deck. What do I not want in my deck? Do I want Brain Freeze? Maybe I don't want a Hangerback Walker. All right. Let's battle on the draw again. Let's see what we got here. Turn 1, land, Lotus Petal, balance, Zuran Orb. Put everyone down to nothing. That actually would be pretty funny. That's why you need like an actual Mox. But still, if I go like turn 2 Talisman, turn 3, play like Grim Monolith, balance, Zuran Orb, and then I have a couple artifact mana, you have no permanents, no cards in hand. Don't mind that. Alright, I'm going to keep this hand. It's a one-lander. Oh, yeah. But on the draw, any land lets me Time Walk or cast Chalice for 1 and Palantir. So, like, any one land and all these cards are on. Well, Island's always on. And red land turns on Dak, white land turns on Balance. Plus, Balance is a pretty good card when you have, like, let's say I do miss a land drop and I'm not doing anything. Balance is a pretty good catch-up mechanism. All right, there's Island. I'm just going to cast the Chalice on 2, Palantir on 3 is my plan. Because I'd rather Time Walk with Palantir in play. That sounds like the jam to me. All right. Plus, if I Time Walk there's not even a guarantee that I would do anything next turn. So let's not do that. If I draw a red, Dak can snipe the Everflowing Chalice. Could be decent. My hand is good here. I think Brain Freeze is good in this deck. It's one slot of a card that could definitely not do much, but using that one slot on that just gives me an extra kill condition in games where I get to see a lot of cards, whether that's Mystic Forge or Palantir or Palace Jailer, Time Walk, Dak, all that stuff. All right, you're doing things. I will grant you that. It's Palantir here. I Palantir for tribute. And can I hit a Colossus? No. Let's go top. Really? They're just letting me draw all the cards. All right. I guess I did scare them game 1. They did see Echo of Eons, and I don't think they even saw the Blightsteel, honestly, but I'm sure they're not surprised that I have something. Oh, they just didn't play anything with all that mana? Okay. I don't have a good 0 mana thing to Trinket Mage for. Actually, I'm just going to wait a turn here. I'm going to play Trinket Mage first. Get my Zuran Orb. And I'll play the Zuran Orb. They're like the kind of deck that could have a draw 7 or whatever. I want to cast Dak and Time Walk in the same turn is what I want to do. Okay, now we're mysticaling. Well, Tinker for Sphinx really didn't work out last time. Are they going to do something different? Well, they're getting Tinker still. Bottom. I don't really want either of those. Spellseeker, in fact, has no targets. I have all 3 in my hand. I put them both in the bottom. How cowardly are you? Okay, they milled 2 and took 5 off Memory Jar. Sure. I have Trinket Mage to block theirs. I'm certainly going to block. That's actually not close because I have Balance in hand. Disaster scenarios, they like Tinker for something and I can't balance it away because of my Trinket Mage. Though I have Dak, so I can also do that. Okay. Yeah, you should technically tap the Chalice if you're going to sack it. Yep. All right, what you got? Portal to Phyrexia. Okay. That's really just not that good, and I'm going to Dak it anyway, but even if I wasn't... Blightsteel, funny. Dak Vadin? Yes. What you going to do? Oh. Steal the portal is what I'm going to do. Then I'm going to Time Walk, and they're going to concede. Oh, no? I kind of feel like they're going to concede. Oh, all right, let's go. Bottom, top. Okay, I get Trinket Mage back. Get my Lotus Petal. It's the only thing. And then Thieving Skydiver. All right, let's Dak myself so I can discard this Blightsteel here. This deck's playing out a lot better than I think it kind of is. All right, now I can discard Blightsteel and Echo of Eons. It's pretty good. Cast with Kicker, X equals 1 to steal your Mana Vault. You can tap your Mana Vault, it's fine, but I'm going to tinker it away. This is the funny part. All right, ship that. Land. And then Tinker, sacrificing Mana Vault, and I kind of think I just get Blightsteel here, and then pass. All right, that was a pretty good turn. Let's put these on the bottom. I assume I'm going to be allowed to draw cards at this point. And because they have 1 creature in play still, I could also still balance if I wanted. All right. Are we cruising to a trophy here? Looking pretty good. To be fair, round 1, I think we kind of played against someone who hasn't done a ton of cubing, whereas round 2, we just had the Tinker Mirror, but we had Thieving Skydiver and Dak, which are very good in the Tinker Mirror. They had Portal to Phyrexia. That is a good Tinker target, but, you know, we had our stuff ready to roll here. And Time Walk plus Planeswalkers, good combination. Time Walk also good combination. Time Walk Palantir pretty good. Palantir was pretty good both games. I kind of see it like a colorless Sylvan Library, except they take damage and then you start drawing extra cards. It is true that when you play Palantir immediately, you don't immediately draw extra cards because they can sometimes pay the life the first few turns. Okay, I'm gonna keep this. This isn't the best hand in the world, but on the play, certainly a keeper. Bloodstained Mire for Volcanic. Turn 2 Hangerback. Turn 3 Palantir. Turn 4, maybe Trinket Mage, maybe Spellseeker. Kind of depends on what's happening. But also Spellseeker for Time Walk with Palantir in play is pretty good. Opponent mulliganing to 6 as well. 5 even. Yeah, mulling to 5. Mulling to 4? Okay. It's going to be a tough one. They are making my balance work, so if you think about it, who's the real loser there? It's the person who's mulling to 4 is actually generally going to be the loser. But we'll see how this works out. All right, Blitzsteinmeier, go. Hey, I've lost to a mull to 4 before. I still can't get over the game where Jabro mulled to 5 and I opened on Soul Ring and he just trounced me. That was a beating. He just had it wasn't even anything like he assembled a 2-card combo, really. He played a Stoneforge Mystic, but mostly just like played good cards and they lined up well against the stuff I had, so yeah. Brainstorming to 3 land didn't help, but that's neither here nor there. Where it is, it's on YouTube. You can go watch it. All right, they didn't shuffle. Oh, lucky. Let's get Volcanic Island, draw. Hanger back for Uno. And then Palantired up, playing against Sultai. All right. No counter. All right. Whack you for 1. Which one would I want to get milled? I guess I'm going to put Triplicate Titan on the bottom, put Echo on top. And then they're going to get nugged for... Oh, they just let me have it. Strip Mine, that's a little dangerous. Augur of Autumn, okay. Let's go Trinket Mage. And I think I'm going to get Zuran Orb. Play it. Pass the turn. Palantir, bottom. And I'm going to put this on top. They've got to just... Yeah, that's what I thought. They got nugged for 15 because they milled Frantic Search and Blightsteel. I thought they were going to mill last turn. It was kind of weird that they didn't. I wonder if that, like, how intentional that was. Like, maybe you thought it was doing the other thing. I don't know. But if you took the damage this turn, you kind of feels like you meant to take the damage last turn. All right. No Crucible, please. What is this? Mind Twist. Oh, okay. Discard Echo? Yeah, all right. As long as I discarded the Echo, I didn't mind too much. Though this does kind of repair their mull to 4 if I want it to. But I'm still going to Echo here. I'm going to play a Plains and then Echo of Eons. And let's just do it like this. Looking for Time Walk. No Time Walk. But I can... Grim Monolith. All right. Pass the turn. Bottom. And they're gonna have to let me draw here, given that they're at 4 life. All right. Well, I did refill their hand. Let's see what they can do with that. Next turn I'm going to be able to cast Time Walk, which I assume is going to be enough to win the game. Spellseeker Time Walk. But I guess we'll see. And then I also have Balance, but that doesn't really do a whole lot here. I guess if I Balance, I'll lose my Trinket Mage. Or I could sack the Hanger back and cash in for some tokens. I chose not to shuffle. Black Lotus. Okay. Maybe I will have to use the Balance. We'll have to see what they do here. A lot of things they could do. I feel like I'm in pretty good shape. Okay, Birds definitely is not a threat. That one I do not mind so much. Getting Mind Twisted again, I guess, would be kind of annoying. But you're not playing Birds if you're playing on Mind Twisting. Okay, draw. Let's go Spellseeker. Do you have a counterspell for this? I'm going to go get Time Walk. Oh, 3 black? Urtai Resurrected. Counter the Spellseeker. Okay. Let's draw Teferi Time Raveler. That's a pretty good one. Let's Frantic Search. I think I'm going to want to do that regardless. So let's do this. Let's discard Seachrome Coast. Probably Triplicate Titan. Tap 3 lands. I haven't played a land yet. I might... Let's see. What if I cast Talisman Teferi Balance? All right, so let's attack with the Trinket Mage. I mean, they're kind of going to have to block here. And then cast Teferi Time Raveler. Play a land. So if I balance, they'd lose a card and all their lands and go to 1 creature. Yeah, and I have Teferi out. I could Teferi my own hanger back. No, that's not good. Let's go balance. And then in response, Zuran Orb all my lands. And we have Teferi out, so we know balance isn't getting countered. And then once this resolves, I then get to Teferi minus on whatever creature they have left. And they even have to discard a card. All right. I mean, for them bowling to 4, this was, a real game for sure. Their deck looks good. Don't really know what their deck is doing besides just being Sultai stuff, but Sultai stuff with Birds, Black Lotus, Dark Confidant, Ponder, Strip Mine, that's a good deck. You could definitely have a great deck. They haven't played a single bad card so far. The weakest card they played so far is Augur, but if they have a lands theme, then that totally makes sense. You kind of got to keep Birds here, because if you don't, it's just getting Teferi'd and then you're never recasting it. So I would keep that in mind. Yoink. And bottom on both. I don't really want to, actually don't want to draw lands here. All right. They've had enough. Sultai stuff. Do I want Fury? Balance is going to be great. Subtlety is going to be great. Might want Subtlety against Black Lotus. They Lotus out a creature or a Planeswalker and I Subtlety it is what I mean. I could see Mystic Forge and Brain Freeze being unnecessary. Then I just bring in Fury, which I can sometimes cast it, and I can sometimes pitch Dak or Oliphant to cast it. Maybe Fury at that point is worse than just playing a Walking Ballista, though. Walking Ballista seems like it's probably better. All right. I don't want Thieving Skydiver. Thieving Skydiver against Lotus is not really great. Okay. On the draw here. Opponent said, thanks for all the cute videos. I said, I appreciate you watching them, because I do. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to keep this. This hand is not the best in the world, but this deck doesn't have any Moxes, so it's not, most games I'm not making a good play till turn 3 anyway. Okay. Dark Confidant. All right. Well, we're looking for balance is what we're looking for. Revealed Forest. Balance would be a good way to catch up here. Ooh, Grist. Makes balance even worse. All right, well, we might be heading to a game 3 here. We'll see. I'm actually going to play the Zuran Orb. If they play Strip Mine, I want to gain my life. All right. Oko, Thief of Crowns. Yeah, no, their deck just looks like great Sultai cards. What am I going to do next turn? Trinket Mage? Teferi? I'll probably start with Pest Infestation on the Orb, sure. All right, I guess a good reason to hold things in the future a while. They've played a lot of cards that are all very good. This is gonna be a tough one. Even a balance here is not really gonna do it. I mean, I probably Frantic Search. I could just wait to try to find Echovions. Let's go to Fairy. No, Trinket Mage. Yeah. I'm going to take Everflowing Chalice, I think. Really not the most exciting play. The revealed Birds of Paradise. Okay, the Oko birds. And they can make one of their insects. It's an Elky insect now. Now you could grist. Yeah, they're going to grist and sack the other insect, kill the Trinket Mage. Attack for 7. Yeah, I'm pretty close to dead. Let's Frantic Search just to make sure we're not missing anything. I could play Ballista for 2. Yeah, I'm just not going to win this game. I was on the draw and they opened on Lotus. Like, not much I can do about that. All right, maybe I do want Fury. Casting Fury is just not going to be the easiest is the problem. No Fury. And Oko is going to mess up my Tinker too. I do like this hand though. This is a turn 2 Palantir, and then I'm just going to be hoping that lives for a few turns. Hopefully I don't get pest infestationed. All right. I suspect I'm going to get turn 2 pested. Well, I don't think I'm going to get turn 2 pested. It's just definitely on the radar here. Ooh, bottom. Milled Bloodstained Mire. I didn't want it anyway. If they don't have pest infestation, I don't hate my position. Well, this is the same thing. All right. Can I just draw like a Zuran Orb? No, I can draw an Everflowing Chalice. Yeah, I'll cast it with Multi-Kicker. Yeah, let's balance. I'm going to keep Plains Island. It just kills their 2 creatures and puts them to 2 cards in hand. I feel like that's better than waiting. If I had drawn Zuran Orb, I would have done that too. But I think it's probably worth. They discarded Assassin's Trophy, Augur of Autumn, Strip Mine. And then they have to keep a land. And these decks also have lots of 3s. Are they going to probably play Oko or something here, or Grist? Oh, Mind Twist for 2. Sure. That doesn't matter too much, besides the fact that it got my Volcanic Island. Okay, they kept land Mind Twist. Oh, and Dark Confidant, so they recovered pretty nicely. Their top 2 cards were Ponder, Dark Confidant after balancing. All right, time for me to hit Palace Jailer. I could definitely win if I hit Palace Jailer here. All right, pass the turn. Reveal Misty. All right. They have something else too? All right, what are we hoping for? I mean, Tinker would be pretty good. Displacer Kitten. Guess I'll play it. It doesn't really do much. Dark Slick Shores, sure. I guess I will block Dark Confidant if I'm given the option. I'm not. All right, I'm going to take it here. Teferi. Teferi would be pretty good. I guess Leovold makes that a little worse. Sure, the pest infestation there's not the end of the world. Trinket Mage. Here I think I get Walking Ballista. And I think I just pay the price and kill the Dark Confidant now. Yeah, you get to draw a card. Okay, and then now Leovold can't attack. I mean, it's my opponent's 3 cards against my none, so clearly I'm not in good shape, but you know, I can hope. The more mana they tap, the less I'm hoping. Natural order. All right. And a Titan of Industry. Kill that and make a 4/4. Sure. Okay. I mean, honestly, Palace Jailer... Well, no, Palace Jailer probably doesn't do the trick. Well, so the reason Palace Jailer might is I have a Displacer Kitten. There's a chance that I can start flickering Palace Jailer a bunch of times. Can't even cast that. All right, well, good beats. My opponent's deck was great, much better than mine, and I got trounced. But we finished 2-1 with a solid little blue-white Tinker deck. It was fun to play and had some pretty good games. New draft up tomorrow. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.